Everybody, welcome back to Stock Voyager. All right, so I was asked what it would take for me to get back into Waitr. What, when, and if I would ever consider getting back into Waitr stock. And honestly, it would take a lot. I want to start off by saying I love Waitr. I think that Waitr has a great future as a company. I think they're making the right moves. With that being said, I don't want to be one of the people paying for those moves. And I think there's a smart way to play this. Um, what you have to understand, and I get that people are frustrated and upset, and yeah, you have every right to be. Um, this is what the company is deciding to do to move forward. They are making this offering and they are entering into a letter of intent to purchase Kova, and it all benefits the company. The way they have to go about it is not by borrowing from banks or institutions, and instead, basically, I guess, borrowing from shareholders. And it's totally legal to do. They are legally able to do it per their prospectus. But I don't want to be one of the people paying for that. And if I can avoid it, I will. So I would talk about what it would take for me to buy back into Waitr, when and if I would buy back into Waitr, and explain why I have made this decision. We're going to take a look real quick. Let me open this up. If we go to Edgar on the SEC website, we can look again at the filings that happened on the 17th. Okay. Their letter of intent to acquire a dispensary compliance POS point of sale company. Okay. So this is a letter of intent to purchase Kova, which is Retail Innovation Labs Incorporated. They believe that it'll help the company, which is great, and I agree too. I think it'll help the company. They have proposed in the LOI a purchase price of $90 million to be paid in combination of cash and shares of the company's common stock. Now then, they also are changing their name to ASAP, which we already knew. Great. And it tells you more about Kova, more about Waitr. So that tells you that. Now then we go to the offering. Okay. And we find out that this Kova, so this is, I don't think that the 50 million offering is to pay for Kova. I think there's going to need to be another offering. And what tells me that is this statement right here. The number of shares to be issued to Kova upon consummation of the acquisition may be significant, and the company will not be required to seek shareholder approval for such insurance so long as the number of shares issued is less than 20% of its outstanding shares. So if the shares they give out, which like right now, if they were to offer 20% of their shares to if they were to offer 20% of what their shares are at right now, I think they're trading at, let me look here. Let me look. They are currently trading at about $98 million. So that's 20 million. So there'll be $20 million worth of this price where it's at right now. That's if it doesn't drop further. So 20 million on this price. Now then, if their market cap drops down to like 80 million, then 20% of that is 16 million. Okay, well then, so if you do the math, You have 90 million is the offer. Looking here, 90 million is the proposed offer price. That would mean that if they did currently at $100 million market cap and they offered 20% of that, it would be 20 million. So then you still have to cover 70 million. So the only way for them to get to that cash of 70 million would be to do another offering and another prospectus once this $50 million offering is finished. So they would need to do, so they would need to do a total of 70 million in cash. They may have enough cash on hand after this, plus do another 20 million cash offering for stock, taking 20 million from shareholders on top of the dilution. So you end up just off of, if they do another prospectus supplement, I don't know how many they can do, but if they do another prospectus supplement, not even taking that in consideration, just this $50 million prospectus from $50 million offering from where they were at 90 cents, which also was like 100 million. That would take them down to about, I would say like 45 cents, 50 cents a share. Then they add another $20 million worth of shares, or 20% more shares. So that would bring down the stock, dilute the stock by 20%. So from that point, it would be another 9 cents off. So that would take it to like 36 cents a share. Now then, I would also need, before I got back into Waitr, this is so frustrating because I really do love Waitr. I'm not saying I don't love Waitr, and I'm not saying to short Waitr, and I'm definitely not shorting Waitr. Like I'm not. I've never shorted a stock, and I don't plan on shorting Waitr. But if I'm looking at everything, like it just looks like they would end up going to like probably like in between 30 and 35 cents. Now then, I would also need reassurance that they're not going to get delisted. And the thing that would stop them from getting delisted would be to make sure that they got their stock back above $1 and maintain that. I think they have to maintain that by like 5 days, maybe even more than that, depending on when they got their delisting notice and if the process got started, how far along in the process they were. So to me, I think they would either need really great news and something more than just like Morgan Stanley getting in again. Which if Morgan Stanley got in again or another institute got in prior to a earnings call, an earnings report, I would probably get back in then after the drop off, because you'd have people sell off after the drop off from whenever that institute got in. I would probably get in and hold a certain while, like a little while, make a percentage, and then probably consider getting out again or consider scaling back. The thing that would get me in and keep me in more permanently would be for them to finish this offering and for us to know exactly how they're paying for COVA, then for them to do something that keeps them above that dollar threshold to not get delisted and to maintain that. And the thing I think that would actually take is a reverse stock split. So I would say that they would probably get the COVA deal done, let the stock drop to 30 something cents, and then do a reverse stock split to bring the stock back up to like $3 or $4. So it would be a one for 10 for one reverse stock split would bring it to three something. Um, Maybe you do like a 12 for one reverse stock split. I would wait for it to kind of fall off of that, and then I would get in and hold. Something else that could happen is that they could, before that ever happens, get an offer. They could buy out Kova, get an offer for buyout of the company as a whole, get acquired. To me, I don't see that acquisition going to like 500 million now or something like that. Um, so, and it might happen, but it would still not be worth it to me to get in and it be like 5 times what the share price is. So I would have to, yeah, I would have to say that there would have to be some institute getting in, buying up a large percentage of the company prior to like an earnings call or something, um, or there be an acquisition. Uh, well, not an acquisition. There be a reverse stock split, and then it falls some of off that, and then I would probably get in. I also am kind of interested in learning or knowing exactly when um, Carl is going to use uh, his stock options to buy stocks and get stock rewards. Because I think whenever he does that, then that's a good sign that there's not going to be a lot more dilution and things are set and we're good to go. So that would be another good indicator for getting back into Waitr stock. But for now, I'm I'm out. I'm staying out. I'm just watching. It's on my watch list. I believe in the company. I just want to know that things are headed in the right direction before I get back in. And if I do get back in, I will make another video. But I do think this is probably the last video. Someone had asked that question. This is all the questions I'm going to answer about Waitr until I do decide to get back in. And then I will do another video and talk about the company again. Okay, that is all I have. I love you all so much. I hope that you have a profitable green day, and I will see you all very soon. Mwah.